Hi, I'm Dan Danford. We're doing a series of podcasts for DadsDivorce.com. Our question this week comes from a viewer at the website. I'm having trouble keeping up with my credit card payments. How is my credit impacted after being more than 30 days late, and how can I recover from this? Is it permanently on my credit score? That's a pretty common question today, especially with the economy being in as much trouble as it has been. Interestingly, your credit score is nothing more than a record of your experience at borrowing money and paying it off. Okay, every time you borrow money on a credit card, or you pay your utility bills, or you have any other bank payments to mortgages or for cars or whatever it is, those are recorded by a credit bureau someplace, and then that information is shared with other people who might be, thinking about lending you money. Basically what it boils down to. Credit score is no more than just kind of a reflection of your past experience. So yes, if you're late on credit card payments or any other payment, it will be recorded and it will affect your credit score. So the simplest answer to this is keep up with your payments. The 2 steps for a good credit score, basically, don't borrow money you don't need, number 1, and number 2, pay it off after you borrow it. Okay. If you don't, or if you can't, there are a few things that you can do, okay? One is, before you get late on those credit cards or those payments, contact the lender. Whether it's your bank or whether it's your credit card, most of them are fairly cooperative if they know in advance. So if you call them and say, hey, look, I'm really struggling with this, I need a little help with it, often they'll lower your minimum payments or help you out in some way. I mean, basically, they don't want you to default on the loan, okay? So you have a little bit of leverage regarding getting it paid off. It doesn't mean that they won't report it, but it's better for them to report it as they're working with you than them to report it as you have defaulted or you're late, okay? The next thing is, until that's resolved, until you're caught up, stop using your credit card. I mean, this is a huge deal. I know people out there, I run into them all the time, that are in the process of trying to resolve credit issues and stuff, but they're still using the card to buy new stuff. Okay, the simplest way to fix this is to stop borrowing until you've gotten the whole situation under control. Okay? As for whether or not it's permanent, the answer to that is no. Eventually even a bankruptcy will disappear off your credit score. It depends on which one and how they weight it and all that kind of thing. But as you build up new credit experience, it replaces the old credit experience. So if you enjoy a period of 5 or 6 or 7 years where you're current on all your payments and you're paying things off the way you're supposed to, that will become your new credit score. So this is really pretty simple. The way to solve credit problems, work with your lenders so that you can get the credit issues under control, get the payments reduced or whatever you need to do, extend the term of the loan or whatever. Most of them will cooperate with you as long as you contact them in advance. And then work real diligently to build up new, good credit experience which will replace the old. So the answer to the question is, yes, there is something you can do. Take control now. And secondly, no, it will not permanently affect your credit score, although it might in the short run. Until next week, I'm Dan Danford for DadsDivorce.com.